Leslie Newell. I'm the president of Junior Welfare League, and you're here joining us on Community Talk today. This is Stephanie Carr. She is the chair of Return Engagement downtown for our Junior Welfare League consignment store. Thanks for being here, Stephanie.
Hi, thank you for having me.
All right. Stephanie, you are in charge of Junior Welfare League's consignment store Return Engagement, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Where is that store located?
It's located at 123 North Grand in Enid, Oklahoma.
Okay. What's that around? Is that?
It is right next door to Bell Jeweler and Gym.
Okay, great. So lots of people should know where it's at, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's see, what are the store's hours?
It is Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. till 6 p.m. and on Saturdays from 10 to 2. We are occasionally closed for some holidays, but that's very rare. We have 3 employees, and 2 are part-time and 1 is full-time. So if you get a chance, go and say hi to them. They are very nice people.
Great. So this is a consignment store, but what type of merchandise do you guys consign at Return Engagement?
We do a lot of clothing, upscale, name brand, designer clothing. We do have, and it's all affordable pricing. We have home goods. We do furniture.
Wow.
We have some small appliances. We have bigger appliances sometimes. It rotates weekly. We have new arrivals on Thursdays, every Thursday. Sometimes things get brought in that are big throughout the week, so those can be put out randomly each day. So we have different things, shoes, books, lots of different random unique items.
Awesome. So when you say you have new arrivals every Thursday, what does that mean?
That means each, as a member and community members bring in donations and consignments, and it's stored in our back room, and our members price those items and put them out once a week every Thursday. And so once those go out, we have an area in the back of the store that has the new items. And after the new arrivals come in, we put them into the store, and each week it just flows. And after about 3 months, things get donated to Salvation Army or other nonprofit stores in the community to help them. So everything's kind of fresh in the store. We'd like to keep things new. And
Great. So you guys carry everything from like women's clothing, kids' clothing, shoes, furniture, appliances, the list goes on.
we have it all.
Yeah. What's the coolest thing you've ever seen donated at Return Engagement?
Probably a real fur coat.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, it was beautiful.
You don't see a lot of those anymore.
No.
I'll say I shop at Return Engagement personally, and I think the very first time I went to Return Engagement, I got a pair of like Coach sunglasses with the case for about $20, and they were in perfect condition. So I know when I go to Return Engagement, I'm always impressed with the quality of the items that are there. There are a lot of things that are just gently used. Actually, the purse I carry right now came from Return Engagement, and it's probably about a $100 purse that I got for $10. So yes. Don't tell anybody, except we're on TV, so everyone will know now.
Right.
But that's okay.
I think thrifty is the new genius. So.
Yes, for sure. So you said the members help to prepare the merchandise to go out on the floor. Are members the only ones who are allowed to donate to the store?
That's not true. We take donations from anybody who is willing to give us their things. We also give you a tax donation letter. So when you go to do your taxes each year, you can give that to your accountant, and they can give you the donation.
Oh, perfect.
Credit that you get.
Write that off.
Yeah, you can write that off.
Get credit.
Mm-hmm.
So Junior Welfare League being a nonprofit, Return Engagement is our store, so it's one way that we get income. Once we sell all of our merchandise, where do the profits from our store go?
We give back to the community in numerous ways. We give back to the public schools in the area, Enid Public Schools, Dover, Chisholm, lots of different organizations for our kids. You name it. If they're a nonprofit, we've given back to them. A lot of times, if a school calls us and says this child's came to school with shoes that don't fit them, they're a size 10 and they're wearing a size 8, we will buy them shoes. They don't have school supplies, we'll purchase those. Or they're coming to school tardy and it's been revealed that they don't have an alarm clock, we'll purchase that for them. Whatever the need is, we'll do that, no matter what the need is. So.
That's awesome. A lot of those needs are answered by our Care to Share committee. And our Care to Share committee does respond to those needs in Enid Public Schools and surrounding area schools. And you're right, we go and we buy kids new shoes if they need shoes, or clothes or coats or things like that. And one place that we shop first is Return Engagement, right? So
yes.
we take a lot of donations for coats and even jeans and sweats and things like that, so that kids can go to school and focus on learning. Do you guys ever have any big sales at Return Engagement?
Yes, we do. We actually have huge First Friday sales. So if you're ever out and about on First Friday, swing by there and we have dollar sales. A lot of times we have the name brand Polo. You can get kids, adult sizes, not really, really nice things, Under Armour, Nike, things for $1 that we're about to donate to other organizations. It's a really good deal. We also have half price items during First Friday, and at the first of the month, those things go on sale. So you can catch good sales anytime that you show up there. We also have random sales. Like right now, we have end of the season sales, like all of our summer items are 25% off. About to go September 1st, it's all going to go 50% off.
Oh, okay.
And then it'll go 75% off. So
Oh my gosh.
just stop by the store and check out all of our good deals.
So you're telling me that I can go to the store and get things already at a discounted price if they're regular price.
Yes.
And then after a while, they'll go to 25 or 50 or 75% off, and then maybe even down to $1.
Yes.
That's insane. Oh my gosh.
It is.
Yeah. I get really excited about sales. I know you guys said you're downtown and you participate in First Friday. So are we really active in like Main Street Enid and those activities downtown?
Yes, we are. We love to participate in all of those fun activities just because we're a pillar in the community and we're just a lot of fun people and we just like to give back to the community and they give back to us. So
I agree. So when I go shopping on First Fridays, sometimes I see you guys have like food and drinks put out. Who's doing that at the store?
we have our cookbooks. We have 2 cookbooks, Cooking by the Bootstraps and help me out here.
Stirrups.
Stirrups, yes. And so we pick out recipes out of those books, and we have members who make them just so that you can get a taste of those, and you can buy the cookbooks there. We sell those at the store, and if you know a member, you can say, hey, I know Leslie Newell, and she'll get credit for those because as a member, we sell those and you get credit for selling those, and you can say, I know Leslie, and she gets credit, and you get the wonderful cookbooks, and you get to taste those if you stop by our store on First Friday.
It would be awesome if everybody went by and bought a cookbook and said that they knew me. That would make me feel great, actually. So
Yes.
I'm just kidding. So let's see, First Fridays, we've got lots of sales going on. What other things can you get at the store? I heard you guys do bistro table rentals.
Yes, we do. So if you're having a small party, a reception at a wedding, or just anything, we have the bistro tables for rent. You can rent those, pick those up during business hours and drop those off during business hours. Just call the store. Our phone number, you can Google and get our phone number. And you just rent your tablecloths or throw on whatever tablecloth that you want. And we have 10 of those.
I think so, yeah, that's right.
They're really nice.
Yeah. Well, great. There was one last thing I wanted to ask. just shopping at our store, it benefits our community. It's run by our members. We do have a few employees. What does it mean to you when somebody comes in and chooses to shop at Return Engagement? Do you have any great stories about people coming in, just in your experiences as running the store? I'll put you on the spot here.
Yes. Yeah, it really means a lot because every penny that somebody spends there means that we can give back that pair of shoes to a person that really needs those shoes. And until you actually see a child that is crammed into the pair of size 8 shoes when they actually need a size 10, you really don't understand the work that you're putting in down there. So yeah, it really makes it worth it when you see those stories.
I've actually seen, I've donated a few of my old prom dresses, and on social media a few months back, I actually saw a kid post a prom picture, and one of that kid's friends was wearing a dress that I consigned at Return Engagement. And I thought, well, that's really neat that kid was able to have something to wear and go, and when that kid bought that dress, that money went back to help other kids in Enid Public Schools and other activities that Junior Welfare League supports. So it's a win-win situation to me. Our community members are so generous to support our store. We haven't always been in that location. We've only been there about 5 years, right?
Yes.
And before we were there, a lot of people still ask us where we're at because they're used to seeing us down here on Garriott still, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but we moved in 5 years ago to this much bigger space, and we're able to accommodate a lot more merchandise and make a bigger impact in our community.
Well, the old saying, one man's trash is another man's treasure is very true. Just, when you're finished with something, we will gladly take that off your hands.
That's right. We know a lot of people who would really enjoy that. And our members, we love to shop at Return Engagement.
Yes.
In fact, I know we got a few messages the other day saying, hey, if anybody needs size 8 shoes, so-and-so just donated a bunch of really cute ones. And I think like 3 people came out and bought all of her shoes. It was so funny.
Yes.
All right. Is there anything else you'd like to add, Stephanie?
I can't think of anything. Just know that we appreciate everything that the community does for our organization and all the donations that you bring.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us on Community Talk today.
Hi, I'm Dan Scheidel, the Executive Director of United Way of Enid in northwestern Oklahoma. Visit us at our website at unitedwayenid.org and watch for us on Community Talk.
Hi, welcome to Community Talk. I'm Matt Lohman, CEO of Hope Outreach Ministries. With me today, I have Ann Price. She's the director of our Parenting Resource Ministry. And I'm talking to Ann today about a special event we have coming up on Wednesday, September 20th. Ann, what is that special event?
Well, this will be the 10th anniversary of our 7th grade girls' character-based abstinence event.
Okay. That sounds pretty awesome. I've been to many of them, and they are wonderful. But can you tell everybody who's watching what is a girls' 7th grade character-based abstinence event?
Well, it's an event that we do through all the public schools and private schools of Garfield County. And the theme of our event is to guard your heart. And our speaker, Carol Salee, has done this event for us all 10 years. And she will talk to the girls about self-worth, about making positive choices, about abstinence, and just thinking beyond the moment to their future.
Okay. Now you said 10th, so how many years have we been doing this now?
This will be number 10.
Number 10. So if we've been doing it for 10 years, and I think we average at least 400 girls.
Around 450.
400 to 450 girls. So 10 times 450 means that we've had 4,500 girls hear this message.
Dean and I were talking about that today. It's just kind of overwhelming, awesome that we've had the opportunity to invest in that many young people. The neat thing about this program is very rarely ever can you get all of one population in one place at the same time. And because of the generosity of the schools and them willing to bring their girls to us, we get that opportunity. And so it's neat to know for the last 10 years, there's only 2 grades now that have been through that haven't got to hear this message.
Yeah. So I guess the question needs to be asked, why 7th grade?
Well, when we approached the schools about this, they made the decision. When they told me 7th grade, to tell you the truth, I was a little surprised. I was thinking more like 8th grade, 9th grade. But they say that it's when the young people leave grade school and go into junior high. That's when they begin to go into their peer groups and develop new friendships. And this is where they begin to see these problems arise.
Yeah. We've even had some people suggest we even start earlier,
Yes,
which is...
which we haven't done yet. Now, I want to make myself clear. There are a lot of young people that come that have not been involved in any situation, but they need to know what to expect when they get to that age and the choices that they will have to make.
Yeah. Well, you say schools. The schools have participated. The schools wanted 7th grade. How many schools and what schools participate with us?
Well, we have 14 schools. We have every school in Garfield County. Then we have Hennessy, all the private schools. And we've had other schools call us and want to participate, but we just don't have any more room.
Yeah.
However, I would like to say that I had a call from a lady. She came and observed last year from Fairview. And Fairview this year is going to have their first event.
Wow, that's awesome.
And we're going to go and, observe it.
Kind of and help them with it a little bit. Well, so we're expecting, I think, this year around 470 girls.
460 to 75 girls.
Yeah, so that's a lot of young ladies, and they're usually well-mannered, but how in the world can we manage 470 girls?
Well, we could not do it without the city and the volunteers. We have 70, this year we're going to have 71 tables. There will be 7 girls at each table, and there will be a mentor or a volunteer sitting at each table. So we have to start with 71 people to sit at tables. And then we just have volunteers to help with the buses and to sign them in. And so we probably have close to 80 to 90 volunteers that day in the center, plus the counselors come with the schools and keep an eye on their girls. Plus, the staff there, our staff at the Hope Outreach Parenting Ministry. We could not do it without the schools, first of all, allowing us to do it. But it's just amazing how many of the businesses in town support us financially and in multiple ways. So it's a community, school, individual, churches. They just all seem really on board with this program and willing to
And even
help.
the event center kind of helps us out, by
They
setting the rate for us.
They are wonderful, and the staff there that day is all there, helping with the girls when they come in. And so it's just, it's not one, and of course, all of Hope, they're part of the main part of it, but there's no way we could do it ourselves without all this help.
And the volunteer at the tables are always fantastic. The ladies who decorate the tables and then sit and talk with the girls. And
wonderful
just
with
do
those
wonderful.
girls, They know how to to talk to them on their grade level.
So powerful too. I know this is kind of, I just know last year, one of the things that Carol always talks about is if something's been taken from you, addressing some of the girls in the room. When you have 450 some girls or 460 girls, odds are somebody may have been taken
Abused.
advantage of. And that she actually says that, you know, please talk to the lady at your table, the volunteer or someone. And we've had that happen. We had it just last year where one of the young ladies came to a table sponsor, and then we were able to speak to the counselor and be able to be that avenue of intervention. And that's very powerful.
Well, one of the things she covers that I think is so important today is the internet and how dangerous the internet is. Kids do not at that age think about the results of things they do. And, you know, anything you put on the internet, and she really emphasizes that, it's there forever. And it can be years in your life, and something will pop up about something that you did when you were young that you wish you hadn't have done. And so she does it in a good way, a great way, you know, and she just wants to put information out there to get them to thinking.
Well, you know, that's one thing too, Ann. You know, we've talked about this before. Carol's a Christian lady. We're a Christian organization. The schools come to ask us, a Christian organization, to do this. So would someone assume that we're giving them a Christian message?
No, definitely not, because when I went the very first year, I knew the policies of the school, and I told them our concern about seeing young girls come into our center, young teenagers pregnant. And so I asked her if we could do this, that we would follow the school rules. And that's why we do it from a character-based. We do not do it from a Christian-based perspective.
Okay. And that's not because we don't want to, but it's out of respect for the schools.
Out of respect for
out
the
of respect
school.
for the parents who send their children there. It's up to them if they want them to have that message to share that at home.
And tell
or
you
at
the
their church.
truth, I think that's why we've got to do it for 10 years. The first couple of years, they watched us close. They looked to see what was on our tables, see if we had any little signs or
Right, trying
anything.
to proselytize.
And we didn't,
Right.
because we wanted our word to be what we said it would be. So
Yeah.
I think they trust us now, and they seem very comfortable.
Yeah. Although I will say it is through the love of Christ and his love for us that's why we want to do this for these young
We
ladies.
care about the young people.
Absolutely. Now, we've got this for the girls. It's going to be September 20th. We're very excited about it. That's coming up very soon. So I'm sure a lot of people out there are saying, okay, well, what about the boys? It takes two. What about the boys? What are we going to do for them?
We have the boys in the spring,
Okay.
in March or April, and we have a tailgate bash. We do that at NOC on the golf course, and then my son Brent Price is the speaker for that event, and Ray Rose comes
Pastor
in and
Ray
does a
Rose,
testimony. And it's basically the same, but it's different because it's from a male boy's perspective.
Yeah, we guys are a little different than
Yeah.
the girls. That's for sure. Even in the event, we have a tea compared to a tailgate bash. A lot of running around and playing compared to sitting at a table acting
Yeah,
nice.
they couldn't sit for 2 hours.
No, that'd be a little difficult. So that's a fun event as well, to have that and to be able to touch that many boys.
Right. So you add that up, and look how many young people,
Yeah.
about 9,000.
You know, that's a lot of kids who've heard that message. And you know what's exciting about that too is that we can go back and look at research, and of course we can't take credit for all of it. There are other organizations, other ways that are working on it,
Exactly.
but the teenage birth rate has continually dropped over the last many years. Now it's still way too high. That's why we continue to have to do this event. But to see it continually drop has been an exciting thing to see that we've been having. So, you know, we put this on, we pay the rent, we do all the things that we need to do financially for the event. How much do we charge for the event?
It's free of charge.
Free of charge.
Free of charge. All they have to do is put their young people on the bus and bring them to us for 2 hours and take them home. And it's worth every penny that the community does to get this message to the young people. And we don't know how much, there's no way we can tell how much
Right.
we affect these young people, but we do know one thing: they can't ever say they did not
Hear the message.
hear the message.
That's right. And this is again a world and a society that is constantly bombarding and pulling the kids away from the message that we're trying to say, which is wait until it's time. Abstinence is the best way. There are just way too many things that can destroy a life by starting too early and taking that step. So,
Well, we see them every day down at the center, and it changes their life, and it throws them out of the things they should be doing when they're a young person.
right.
They have to take on responsibilities that they're too young to take on. And it's, marriage is a wonderful thing, but in the right timing.
Right, absolutely. So, Ann, what are some of the businesses who help support us on this event, and historically who have supported us? Because it's been quite a while.
We've had so many. The Community Foundation has supported us
Yes,
in the
Cherokee
past. Rick's Pharmacy, Central National Bank, Tinker Federal Credit Union, Williams Broadcasting. It just goes on and on. Just
Individuals.
lots of individuals. Maybe $25. We had one from a lady that, is a widow. And the other day we got a check for $25. But that was just as important because it showed her, support
Yeah.
of this. So we accept from the smallest amount to ever how much people want to give. It all goes to a good cause.
Goes to the event. Well, Ann, thank you so much for coming with me today and talking about the event. It's exciting. It's coming up on September 20th. Still an opportunity for those who want to get involved to call the Hope Outreach Parenting Resource Center at 237-2292. They can ask for Dina or Ann. They'll get you hooked up. Again, like you mentioned before, if anybody does want to help put on the event, any donations are very, very helpful and help us be able to put the event on and to be able to reach those many, many young ladies and the young gentlemen in March that we're able to try to share this message with. So again, Ann, thank you so much for coming with me today. Thank you all for watching today on Community Talk. Again, I'm Matt Lohman, CEO of Hope Outreach Ministries, with Ann Price, Director of the Parenting Resource Center. Just saying thank you for watching, and we'll see you next month.
Hi, I'm Lisa Magyar with Creative Arts Enid. Find us on Facebook and our website, creativeartsenid.com. We're at 222 East Maple. Come get creative with us and watch for us on Community Talk.